everyone. This is Faith Howard Moody from TMC. And after a few little technical difficulties today, I have with me Erin D, who is the founding partner and COO of Loan People. Hello, Erin.
Hello, hello. Nice to see you.
Good to meet you too. We haven't had
Yeah.
the opportunity to meet in person, and Lone People is relatively new into the TMC family. So I'm going to divert a little bit from what we normally do, the 5 questions that we ask during this interview, and I'm going to ask you to just share a little bit about Lone People before we get started.
I would love to. Thank you so much. We're not only new to the TMC family, we are new in general. So my business partner and I, we've both been in the business for about 20 years, but we got together at the end of 2018 and started putting together Loan People. We officially went live with production January of 2020. So we just wrapped our first full year of being in business, which was a really, really fun year to be in business for the first time. So we are based in Austin, Texas. We're primarily retail. We're looking to obviously start expanding out now that we've proven up the model and we've got a good thing going and a really great family here at Loan People. So we're really excited to be part of the family and appreciate all the opportunities you've afforded us.
Yes, fantastic. And what a great story you're going to have, having been last year, having been your first year in business with all
Mm-hmm.
the fun and crazy things that kind of went on. So fantastic. Well, we're going to digress a little bit from there because the first question that I have for you is what was your first job that you ever had?
Um, my first job ever was working the broiler at Burger King. I literally took frozen patties with a tong and put them on a broiler for 8 straight hours a day. It was a job. I worked it for 2 weeks. My mom made me get a job within the first 2 weeks of turning 16, and that was the first job I could get. So after my first day, I started looking for new jobs and got a much upgraded pretty quickly.
Awesome. Awesome. I think a lot of people start out in those positions, and it's a good way of knowing whether that's what you want for yourself and motivating. Moms have a way of motivating us sometimes to do different things. So I think
Yeah.
that's awesome. So from there, tell me, not everybody plans on being in the mortgage industry. We hear a lot of different crazy stories sometimes about how people ended up here. Share with me how you and how long you've been in.
Yeah, so I am actually an anomaly. I actually intended to get into the business when I was finalizing my bachelor's degree in finance at the University of Central Florida, and I took a real estate class and absolutely loved it. So when I was doing my job search at graduation time, I was looking for mortgage jobs, and I found one with Option One Mortgage. They were training college recruits to be underwriters, so they took 6 or 8 of us, flew us out to Southern California for 6 weeks, I believe, and trained us. We learned from their head underwriter how to underwrite from scratch, and went on from there. That was in 2002, and I love that job. I still am close friends with people that work there. It was a wonderful company while it lasted.
Yeah, that is a name. That is a name from many of our past. Not that we worked there, but many people within our network are going to remember Option One for sure.
And our swag. We always had the best swag.
I do remember that. I do remember that. On the vendor side of the business at that point, but I do remember that they were my clients. So yeah. Um, what's the one thing that so you came in, you're one of the few people I know that kind of planned to come into the industry as a young individual. What's the one thing that you wish that you knew, when you were coming into the industry that now just seems so clear to you, but you just didn't even think of then?
That would have to be the importance of saving your money, right? I got into it in 2002. I was 22, making 6 figures, thinking life was great and it was just going to go up from there. And then 2006, 7, 8 happened. So that definitely would have been high on my list, is to be a much better saver and realize I didn't need quite as many shoes and purses as I had.
That happens to a lot of young people coming into the industry if they come in at just the right time. I'm sure we have some of those that joined us this year that that would be something that would be really, really good for them to understand kind of the swing.
Yeah. Yeah, I preach it too. Whenever I talk to somebody coming in new and they're like, "Oh, this is great," I'm like, "It's not going to last that long. This is definitely a cyclical roller coaster of an industry, and if you can stomach it, it's great. But make sure you save your pennies when you can."
Absolutely, absolutely. So if not in mortgage, what would you have done?
Honestly, I would probably have gone into some sort of bar management. Bartending I love mortgage, don't get me wrong, but bartending is probably like my favorite job I've ever had, and I still want to retire and own a beach bar. So that probably would have been it. I feel like it might have been less stressful than mortgage too.
You want some others, but maybe not. But definitely would be a fun, great place to meet people for sure, especially if
Yeah,
it sounds like a great idea and a great place to be right now. I'm kind of wanting to be on a beach with all our
yeah.
goodness that we've had lately. I know you're a sports at least follower. I don't know if you're someone because I think that you had like a really great day earlier this year in cheering for one of your teams.
Yeah.
But if you were, last question, actually, we're down to the end here. If you were competing in the Olympics, what sport would you be?
Mm.
Um, what sport would you be in when you were in the Olympics?
I'm a runner. I love running. So I would probably want to do some sort of racing. That would be my ideal. I'm probably much better at being a spectator though. But I love running. I love the freedom it affords you. I love that it's an individual sport that you can just go and let your mind go and think and get rid of all the problems of the day and prepare yourself for the next day. And so I think that's the one I got to go with.
Yep. So you'd be somewhere in the track and field area.
Yeah, just not the javelin because I cannot aim. You don't want to be near me in a dartboard.
Maybe that's something that you should pick up in this industry. Oh my gosh, it has been so lovely talking to you. I've had the opportunity to meet before. I know we will have many discussions going forward. And jumped right into TMC and have participated in a lot of different things very quickly. We always love to see that when it happens. We are here to help you. So make sure and keep us posted. And thanks for doing this with me today. We appreciate
My
it.
pleasure. Thank you.